How to Make Films by Parker Newman. Before we start this, you need to remember two things. Storyline is golden. Story is all that matters. The second thing is, you don't need school. Anything you learn in this video, they'll teach you at NYU or other expensive film schools. And anything you learn in this video, you could find out yourself. Let's get started. Storyline. Story is all that matters. And maybe you may be asking yourself, what makes a story the best? What makes a story so important? Good thing you're watching this video, because otherwise you would never find out. This is story. Story is everything in a film. Story is everything that makes up a film. How you film? Cameras. Where you film? Where the story is taking place. The setting. And who's in the film? Characters. And what the watcher gets out of the film. The theme. All of this are here for one purpose and one purpose only. And that is to serve the story. Story is all that matters in a film. Without a story, there is no film. Now, to cameras. You guys may be asking me, what makes cameras so important now? Why would a camera serve the story? It has nothing to do with the film itself. It's from the outside. It's from my perspective. It's from the filmmaker's perspective. It won't affect the story. And that's where you're wrong. It will affect the story. These are the main sources of cameras that people use on a daily basis to make movies. Canon camera, Nikon camera, a phone camera, and a GoPro. Now, whatever, you can use any of these. Now there's one thing that all these have in common. They film video. That's all you need to film a story. That's all you need to get the story across. As long as it's available to you and it's manageable to you, which really runs into the availability part, as long as it's available and manageable to you, and it's also serves the story the best, whatever one of these cameras or any other camera out there serves the story the best, it's the perfect camera. So that's for all of you that always ask me, what camera should I get? Should I get this camera? Should I get that camera? No. Get what's available to you to start. Because that is always what's available to you. That's always what's manageable to you. And that's what will serve the story the best. Now, when you get more experienced, you'll go into this. You'll spend money. Now let's go back to this. Other people ask, now, I know about characters, but why characters? How does a character really serve the story in sufficient and huge ways? Now, say this is the story. This right here is the story. Right here, this is the story. These are the three characters in the story. Your actors, anybody. But these are the three people that are in the story. In this story in particular. This guy, this girl, and this guy. 2 guys, 1 girl. And they all interact with the story by these things. Where they are. A character won't get a cold when they're in the hot weather in California. Not likely. Emotion. If a character's dog just died, they're not going to have a party. They're not going to celebrate. They're not going to be happy. That way, the story doesn't get worse because of that. The story just takes a sad turn. It gets sad, which could also make the film very good. So if they are sad, then the story line goes down. It doesn't get worse. The film is still good, but it just takes a different turn. If a person, who they are, where they are, how they are, who they are, and how they interact with each other. Some of these characters may not even come across each other, but if you make them come across each other, that will affect the entire story. Whether they're nice, they're mean, they're happy, any of that will affect the story. Now, if they're mean to each other, if this guy right here bullies her, the storyline takes a sad turn. If they get married and have a kid, the storyline goes way up. That's happiness. Happiness and emotion have a huge turning point in a story's line, in a storyline. So, where they are, how they are, who they are, and how they interact will always affect the story. Now, back to this real quick. These cameras, any of these cameras are good. Let me explain. Oh, crap. Where is it? Here we go. My entire Washington, D.C. trip, if you haven't seen the Washington, D.C. trip video, it is down below or right here. And if you haven't seen that, anyways, if you guys haven't seen that video, I filmed that entire video with this. This thing was $80 off Amazon. It's capable of 4K. I haven't figured that out yet. It's capable of 4K. This is the SJ Cam SJ4000, if you guys don't know what this is. It is kind of like a GoPro, just off-brand. This thing is awesome. If you guys are on a tight budget, buy this camera. Don't buy anything else. Buy this. This camera is awesome. This camera, I had this for about a week. I used it for a week straight for a Washington, D.C. trip. And you guys may be wondering, if you guys still don't understand how that affects the story, I got it because I had the money. I had the money, so it was available to me. It's small. I can carry it in my backpack. I wouldn't want to carry a camera like this around for a week because we were walking so much. So it's manageable and available to me. And since it was manageable and available to me, it served the story well. The story, the main idea, the story for the Washington, D.C. trip was for me to show you guys my experience and the Washington, D.C. trip through my eyes. That was the story. The theme was for you guys to know how it was. And the cameras was this, the setting, Washington, D.C. This little thing made a whole entire video, made a whole entire story. And I didn't even open my wallet. Cameras don't matter. It doesn't matter which camera you have. Whether it's this, or this. It doesn't matter. They're all serve the story. Now, if I'm going to make a movie, say for example, if I'm going to make a movie about how an SJ Cam shoots, I'm not going to film it. What the SJ Cam quality looks like, I'm not going to film it. I am not going to film it with my iPhone. I'm not going to film it with this. It has to serve the story. Being available and manageable, it can be both of those things. It just also can't serve the story. Both things can make it serve the story, but it can also not serve the story. If I'm going to make a video showing you guys how this films, what it looks like when it's filming, how How the quality looks, this. I am going to film with this. Because why? That serves the story. That's why. Because it serves the story. And in closing, you guys need to understand one more thing. Storyline. Special announcement. Parker Newman Vlogs has moved to uploading every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And this is why. Let me explain also in this video. Parker Newman Vlogs, we had a great thing going for that Tuesday, for every Wednesday and Saturday uploads. But the thing is, A, it was too much time, and B, people just kind of forgot. And but this is kind of like a show, like not just once every week, but 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The weekends we film. On the days before, we edit. And we finalize the video, we make it better, make it the best we can, because a whole day of editing will make the video the very best. So expect that from Parker Newman Vlogs. This video will be awesome. Why? Because of the new schedule. So that is the special announcement. See you guys next time.